Maisie.
I'm Amy.
I'm Maddie.
And we're going to be doing our Brockhill school report
On
the
farm.
We have had a lot of newborn baby animals down the farm at Brockhill this year. Here is one of them.
Yeah.
So cute.
Happy mine? Yes. Sorry, I'm so lucky. What do you mean yours? I'm having a kid show.
This is Miss Ashley, the one who is in control of the farm, and we have some questions. So, what is it like being in control of the farm?
It's a really interesting job role, because not only am I teaching down here and looking after all the qualifications, but I'm looking after all the animals as well. We've got cattle, pigs, sheep, chickens, rabbits and guinea pigs. So there's something new every day of the week that happens down here.
Why do we do Lambing Day, and what's it supposed to bring for the farm?
We do Lambing Day for two reasons. One is to raise awareness of where food comes from to the local community, and the second reason we do Lambing Day is to raise funds, because our Young Farmers Club is a registered charity, and we've given donations to the Kent Air Ambulance, to the William Harvey Hospital, to Cancer Research UK, and we put money back into the school farm as well.
What is Kent Show?
Kent Show is it used to be an agricultural show. Now it's a show that showcases all of what Kent has to offer, and we are a very small part of a very large show. We go along to the Young Farmers section where we show our animals over 3 days, and our young farmers camp up there to look after the animals, and then they show them in front of the public.
Last question. What products do we actually sell in the shop?
In our farm shop, we've got a farm shop here at Brockhill, and we sell our own beef, we sell our own lamb, and our own sausages and pork. Our brilliant British Brockhill bangers sell out every time. They're the products that we sell from our farm, but we also sell products that are produced in Kent, like Kent crisps and rapeseed oil and flapjacks and things like that.
Okay, thank you.
How do you feel about the recent study based on elderly people combining drugs?
I think the trouble is that elderly people want to stay alive, so they're going to want to take anything that's going to help them stay alive, I guess.
Do you believe it's dangerous to combine drugs?
I think it can be, yes, because there's so many side effects of one drug, and you put it with another drug, you don't know what's going to happen, and particularly perhaps an elderly person won't understand or read all the information, leaflets that come with things and that. So yeah, I can see people could cause all sorts of problems with that.
Do you believe it's dangerous to combine drugs?
It's bad for their health.
How do you feel about the recent study based on elderly people combining drugs?
Well, if they need to combine their drugs, I mean, it depends on what medications that they need, doesn't it? If they've got 3 or 4 different issues with them, then they're going to need to combine their drugs, aren't they? So, if it's controlled, I can't see that there's a problem.
Okay, and do you believe it's dangerous to combine drugs?
Not if it's in a controlled area. If your doctor's aware of what your drugs you're taking and they combine them, then that's fine. So, no, I can't say that I think it's wrong. So,
thank you. How do you feel about the recent study based on elderly people combining drugs?
Well, I haven't heard about the study, but my own mother has got quite a few different things wrong with her. She's 76 years old, and we think because she's taking so many different drugs, like painkillers and all sorts of other things, it probably is affecting her.
Do you believe it's dangerous to combine drugs?
I don't know, but I think quite possibly. Bearing in mind my own experience, which is that my mother seems to be gradually losing her marbles, unfortunately.
Patients of a score of 5 or more showed a 4% drop in ratings of brain function. Do you think this is true?
I don't know, but again, it sounds possible, doesn't it?
Okay, thank you.
Hello and welcome to BBC School Report. I'm Freddie and today we'll be talking about solar eclipse.
The solar eclipse will happen Friday the 20th of March at around 8:30 am. The last solar eclipse was 1999, so anyone who remembered that must be excited. Yet anyone who hasn't witnessed it yet will be excited as well. To look directly at the eclipse, use eclipse safety glasses. You can buy these from Amazon, eBay and many other websites. The price range is from £5.25 to £50. Each year there are between 2 and 5 eclipses, but it is rare to have a total eclipse. The northern part of Scotland will see up to 98% of the eclipse, whereas the southern part of England will get at most up to 85%.
So, how does the solar eclipse affect you?
It don't really affect me actually. I don't really mind about it. I just sit there.
Are you excited about it?
Not really.
No.
No.
So, how are you feeling about the upcoming solar eclipse?
I can't wait. I'm so excited. I love solar eclipses and I really hope it's not going to be a horrible day like today so we can actually see it clearly.
So I can tell you're excited. Have you witnessed a solar eclipse before?
Yes, I used to live in Africa and we had a massive solar eclipse and I'll always remember it because the light goes so strange, just for a few seconds. It's just like this strange half light. You'll never see it any other time and your shadows go double. So if you hold up your hand you have 10 fingers. It's amazing.
Well,
so I'm excited.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about these upcoming eclipse?
After witnessing it in 1999, I'm greatly looking forward to the chance of seeing a solar eclipse again.
Do you have any special glasses to watch the eclipse with?
I'll probably use an old pair of sunglasses and put one lens in front of the other and watch it like one would use a telescope.
And do you have any additional information to add about the eclipse?
Well, for my area of study, it's an interesting eclipse because it's taking place on the spring equinox. It's taking place with a perigee moon as well, so if we do get to witness the event, which I doubt because of the cold northeasterly airstream coming over the North Sea, if we're lucky enough to witness it, then it's going to be great.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. I'm Chris.
I'm Freddie.
And this was BBC School Report.
Hello, my name's Jack Malone and I'm here with Miss O'Donnell and I'm going to be asking her a few questions about,
The tobacco change.
How do you feel about the changes in tobacco control measures?
I think there's some good sides to it in the sense that it may discourage people from smoking. It's not good for your health, but I think at the same time it's not particularly well thought out. I think people are still going to find their way around it like they do with other things and other narcotics. So I think it needs work, but I think it's a step in the right direction.
Okay. How do you think it will affect the economy?
I think it will seriously affect the economy. Tobacco is one of the largest things that we tax in this country. So I think it potentially could not go the way that they want it to.
Yeah. How would it affect the day-to-day man?
I think it would just make them angry. They tend to be quite angry about things anyway. And I think actually it won't help them. They're still going to want to smoke because although there's control measures to discourage people, that's not going to be enough to discourage people. You can put a higher tax on things like that and people will still go out and spend their money on it.
Okay, that's all we need you for today. Thank you for your Yeah, thank you for your question. I'm Jake Malone, I'm here with Miss Hutchinson, and I'm just going to ask her about a few questions about our subject. How do you feel about the changes in tobacco control measures?
I think that in general, the new measures that are in place to kind of control tobacco products being sold are actually beneficial for our society. Like, whereas before we would go into supermarkets and see all the products are on display, it's like seeing kind of like a sweet counter. It's very tempting, whereby now the controls that are in place to cover them, I think it will deter people from actually purchasing cigarettes, I guess.
How do you think it will affect the economy?
Now, I think personally it probably have quite a damaging effect on the economy, in the sense that we wouldn't be selling as many tobacco-related products, because therefore they can't be advertised, they can't be put on show, so I think we probably would see a dip in sales.
Yeah. How would you think it would affect the day-to-day man?
Probably have a very positive effect on the day-to-day man, in that we might be saving his life bit by bit, because if they're not there in his eye line, he's less likely to kind of remember to purchase them or buy them in general, and therefore, bit by bit, we're kind of saving his little lungs.
Okay. If you are a smoker, how do you think this would affect you?
If I was a smoker, I think it would be doing me a favour. However, I've never really smoked in my life.
Okay. Thank you, that's all we need you for.
Thank you very much, Jacob. Okay. We done?
Yeah.
Right, guys, can you come with me and tell me how to put the... Are you going to interview more people?
Hi, today we're going to talk about the effects that drugs can have on people.
Thank you.
We are here with Ben Travis, an RE teacher at Brockhill Park Performing Arts College. What do you think about illegal drugs?
I think illegal drugs lead to lots of social problems. So I think when you can get easily addicted to these types of drugs, and then it becomes a vicious cycle. So you have to get more money to pay for those drugs, and that has a bit of an impact.
Do you agree with the laws about the drugs?
Yes, I do.
What are the ethics of drugs?
The ethics of drugs, it depends who you are and what you believe in. Some people believe that some medicines have good properties and they should be legalised for medical purposes, which I wouldn't necessarily disagree with if there is a medical reason for giving it to somebody.
If you could change the laws about drugs, what would they be?
I probably wouldn't change the laws about drugs.
Would you make them any more stricter than they are?
I don't think so. I think people will always find a way. If they really want to take drugs, they will find a way to do it. But I think the laws they send a strong enough message that they should.
Okay, thank you.
Pleasure.
We are here with Patrick Porter, who is a science teacher at Brockhill Park Performing Arts College.
Do you think illegal drugs should be legalised?
Should be legalised? No, I think that would send a very bad message to young people. I think they should still be illegal.
Do you think illegal drugs have got a very big effect on young people of today's society?
Unfortunately, I think they do on some people who sort of get into drugs and the drug culture. So, yes, I think it's a serious problem.
And do you think the laws on illegal drugs are laid back?
Are too laid back?
Yes.
No, but I think the big problem is that they keep inventing new drugs. So I don't think the laws are kind of keeping up with the changes that are happening.
And if you had the chance to change any laws about drugs, would you?
I wouldn't change them. I'd just try to make it so that they were easier to enforce. So you have to get people in society to recognise what the big problem is, and help the police and other authorities to actually enforce the law, which obviously isn't always done at the moment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm with Jack. Jack, what do you think about illegal drugs?
Well, obviously they're really bad. They ruin your life, you get addicted, and you're more likely to die quicker. So the question is, do you want to die?
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. We are here to talk about the effects and opinions about Ebola. But first, here is Josh with some information about Ebola. Over to Josh.
Ebola started when a single child, aged 2 years old, whose nickname is Patient Zero. This is because of how he was the first person to grab and die of this.
Been going around the school asking students and teachers about Ebola.
What is your opinion on the outbreak of Ebola?
Well, I think it's dreadful, and I'm not sure really. Just hopefully it doesn't come to England.
Thank you for taking the time for us to interview about your opinion.
No worries.
How would you describe the effects of Ebola in your own opinion?
Oh gosh, well it's been an awful humanitarian crisis out in West Africa, which has affected millions of people, I think now, at least not hundreds of thousands. I think it's been an absolute tragedy for West Africa, and I think it's raised a lot more awareness around the world that poverty is a terrible thing that's still affecting a lot of people. And we need to work together as a global community in order to make sure that these things don't happen through sanitation and management of agriculture and that kind of thing, to make sure that these people aren't affected.
Thank you for your time.
No worries at all, love. Good luck.
What do you think as a country we could do to raise money to help Ebola?
Donate more, so it'd be serious, like just donate more. It's innocent, yeah.
Thank you for your time.
From one word to describe Ebola, what would you say?
I would describe Ebola as scary.
Thank you, sir. So, Miss, out of all the charities and fundraisers that we go through, why hasn't any of the money gone to Ebola?
I think for this school, the student voice decide which charity they actually decide to go to. So in this instance, then from there we did the Teenage Cancer Trust, which is personal to one of the students in the school, and we also did the RNLI, which is a local charity that helps us with regards to our sea rescue that was just in Folkestone. So with regards to the Ebola, if there is a cry from the student, a voice from the student voice, then actually that will help us from there.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.